my yesterday's video of part 1 of the chapter Footprints Without Feet. Chapter 1, A Surgery of Triumph. If you have lost it or if you have missed it, then don't worry. In my description box, there is a link of this part 1. So you can see and you can go through the video. Before starting the chapter, I am again requesting you to like my videos, share it as possible as you can. If you are taking the benefits, so it will be good for me also, or for all the students that you are sharing the videos among your friends, relatives and students. If you are not subscribed my channel, then please subscribe it and don't forget to press the bell icon. So here is the second part of the chapter, A Triumph of Surgery. In our part 1, we have seen the explanation, we have learned the explanation of first page. In that page, there was the introduction, there was the beneficial effects of the characters described. Here is the narrator, Mr. Harriot, his name is given, and Mrs. Pumphrey, the mistress of a dog. Dog's name was Tricky. He was too much feeble. Tricky was too much feeble and he was not able to move and walk. Mrs. Pumphrey was intensely too much attached with the Tricky. And Mr. Harriot was moving on the road and he has seen all the situation. In fact, he was earlier known about the Tricky's behavior. So should we start our part 2 from the page 2. Before seeing the video, open the book as usually we do and underline the hard words. I try to sound severe. Now I really mean this. If you don't cut his foot right down and give him more exercise, he is going to be really ill. Here the writer is saying, Mr. Harriot is saying, and he is wanting to convey the message to Mrs. Pumphrey that if I will try my severe, here the meaning severe very good or intentional, means I am wanting to give the treatment as the veterinary doctor Mr. Harriot was suggesting, and he is saying that I am taking the dog and I will give him the good treatment. I didn't, and I am also saying this line to you in a very intense manner, in a very deep manner. I really mean this. If you don't cut his food, I am totally wanting to cut the food of Mr. Tricky. You are giving too much food to him to eat, by which he is not able to walk and he is continuously not doing the exercise properly. So you have to give the exercise to him. You must harden your heart and keep him on a very strict diet. You have to be so much hardened. You have to keep your heart hard. You have to choose to give the proper diet to your dog, Mr. Tricky. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. Oh, I will, Mr. Harriot. I am sure you are right, but it is so difficult, so very difficult. She set off, head down, along a road, as if determined to put the new regime into practice immediately. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung his hands. Means she was not fully agree, but she is confused and she is hurted and she is rubbing her hands and saying to rub her hand, she is saying, oh, I will, Mr. Harriot, means she is accepting the advices which were given by Mr. Harriot. And she is saying, you are right, Mr. Harriot, I have to give the proper exercises, I have to give the proper diet to my dog. But it is too difficult for me. Why she is saying so? Because she is too much attached with the dog, Tricky. And she is upset and she is not moving her head, and she is putting her head down and she is seeing the road and she was walking as she has determined that the new regime into practice immediately. Regime, here the meaning, see the meaning, a system of doing things. Here, regime means the instructions, the suggestions which are given by Mr. Harriot. She is accepting it, but not with the full mood. But she is little bit confused and she is moving on the road and looking on the road and saying that, yes, what are you saying? I will approach it, I will follow it. I must be a progress with growing concern. Tricky was tottering along in his little tweed coat. He had a whole wardrobe for these sports. Now, writer is saying I watched his progress. Means as the suggestions were given to Mrs. Pumphrey, he is continuously watching and he is seeing that without growing concern, means with growing concern, means with the full concern he was seeing. Tricky was tottering. Tottering, see the meaning tottering? Moving in a feeble manner. Just like a small child. When he is too much small, he is not able to stand on his feet, he totters, he moves on his or her legs. So just like the small child, here the dog is also tottering and moving, not able to move, not able to stand properly on his foot. And he was wearing the tweed coat. Tweed is a kind of tweed, a rough surface woolen cloth is a kind of woolen cloth which was worn by Tricky. Here is the description about the coats which were kept in the wardrobe of Tricky. In simple manner, here is the description of Tricky is just like the small child. Means he is lovable by Mrs. Pumphrey and Mrs. Pumphrey treated all the things, all the materials just like a small baby, just like the person of the family, the member of the family. For the cold weather and the raincoat for the wet days, he struggled on, drooping in his harness. I thought it would not be long before I heard from Mrs. Pumphrey. The writer is saying that he is having his own wardrobe in which he is having the summer coats, winter coats, raincoats. Means when the weather changes, the dog is also there to change his clothes. Actually, he is not there to change his dress, but his mistress, Miss Pumphrey, is too much eager to give the full attention, to take care to dog. He struggled on. Means continuously he was there to try to give the struggle properly. Drooping in his harness, I thought it would not be long before I heard for Mrs. Pumphrey. Drooping, he was moving, he was holding his hand with the harness. Harness, the neck part, means the strap which is around the dog's neck. Means around the harness, he is not there to move his head. Means he is not even having the stamina to move his head. I thought it would not be long before I heard from Mrs. Pumphrey. The writer is saying that I am not thinking that Mrs. Pumphrey will do all the things properly. Mrs. Pumphrey is not there who will give the proper exercise, proper careness, and she will be lack of the excitement. The expected call came within a few days. Mrs. Pumphrey was distraught. Tricky would eat nothing, refused even his favorite dishes, and besides, he had bouts of vomiting. He spent all his time lying on the rug, painting. Didn't want to go for walks, didn't want to do anything. As usually, the doctor was, the veterinary doctor, Mr. Harriot, was surprised and shocked, and he was thinking that this will not be possible by Mrs. Pumphrey. So it happens. Mrs. Pumphrey was too much shocked and she has expectation that she should call to doctor. So after some days, after few days, Mrs. Pumphrey distraught. Mrs. Pumphrey distraught, very worried. Means to see the condition of her dog, she is too much worried, she is very much confused. So she is not able to give the proper care to the dog. Proper care means he was feeble, not good. So she was not there to take care of him. She was not knowing why he is doing like this. He has bouts of vomiting. Even the dog is not there to take the food properly. Even his favorite dishes, he is refusing to take, he is refusing to drink, and he is having the bouts of vomiting. He is having the vomiting continuously, and he is having the food particles bouts, a short period of intense activity. Means continuously, after some time he is doing the vomiting, he is not digesting anything. He spent all his time lying on a rug painting. Every time he is spending his time to lie on the rug, the carpet, the mats on which the dog lies. So every time he shows his paintingness, his feebleness, his jigginess, and every time he moves on that rug. So the questions were arrived: is he not wanting to move? Is he not wanting to go for the walk? Why he is not taking anything? So these were the questions which were moved in the mind of Mrs. Pumphrey. I had made my plans in advance. The only way was to get Tricky out of the house for a period. I suggested that he is hospitalized for about a fortnight to be kept under observation. Now the veterinary doctor, Mr. Harriot, was saying that now he has given the suggestion to Mrs. Pumphrey that let him take the dog in the hospital for the observation, for the care, for the looking after. So the decision should be taken. The decision is there to take by Mrs. Pumphrey, and he is there to give the suggestions and advice also. He is wanting to take the dog from there. The poor lady almost swooned. She was sure she would pine and die if he had not seen her every day. The poor lady swooned. Swooned are partial or total loss of consciousness. Means after time to time, after 1 minute to 2 minutes, means she is having the unconsciousness. She is having the fear. What will happen if she will not be there to see her pet? Her lovable pet Tricky. So she is unconsciously moving, and she is unconsciously thinking that she will not be good, and she is sure that he would pine and die if she will see her. She is saying if Mrs. Pumphrey or the Tricky, they both will each other not see, then they will die, or she will die once. But I took a firm line. Tricky was very ill, and this was the only way to save him. In fact, I thought it was best to take him without delay. Only this was the suggestion, only this was the way to save Tricky. So I directly, without any intents, without any confusion, I warned Mrs. Pumphrey, and the writer is saying that he has given the instructions to take immediately to the hospital to Mr. Tricky. So he is thinking that this will be the best way to take Tricky there. And followed by Mrs. Pumphrey Bailey's. I marched out to the car and carrying the little dog wrapped in a blanket. So Mr. Harriot was giving the instructions, and he was seeing the face of Mrs. Pumphrey, and it was too much wailings. Wailings means going in a deep sound, means he was showing the sorrow. And I started to move through the car, means he was there to enter in the car, and they were there to take the dog, to let him allow to sit in the car, and they were there to wrap the dog. Wrapped with a blanket means they were covering the dog, as seriously it is too much ill to take in the hospital. The entire staff was roused, and Maid rushed in and out, bringing his bed, day bed, his night bed, favorite cushions, toys and rubber rings, basket bowl, lunch bowl, supper bowl. So all the staff, those who were in the house of Mrs. Pumphrey, they were raised up, roused, caused to stop sleeping. Means now they were not allowed to take more sleeping. So they were there to give the proper care, and they were there to take out all the things of the dog to sent in the hospital. So all the maids and the staff, all the entire staff were there to bring all the things like beds, night beds, cushions, toys, rubber rings and all the precious breakfast bowl, lunch bowl, supper bowl. Means he was having the different dishes, the bowl in which the dog is used to eat the food. So he was having the three types of dishes: supper bowl, the food in which the bowl in which the dish in which he takes the supper, and the lunch bowl means at the daytime he takes the lunch. So all the things were ready. Realizing that my car would never hold other stuff, I started to drive away. As I moved off, Mrs. Pumphrey with a despairing cry threw an armful of the little coats through the window. He was thinking, Mr. Harriot was thinking that all the things will not be carried easily in the car. So he started to move from there and to move the car. Mrs. Pumphrey was seeing all the things from his window and she was throwing all the blankets and the things from the window, and she was there to keep all the stuff, all the materials. As I moved off, Mrs. Pumphrey with a despairing cry threw an armful of the little coats through the window. I looked in the mirror before I turned the corner of the drive. Everybody was in tears. The narrator was saying that I was seeing all the things from my back-looking mirror. That everyone was weeping, they were in tears and they were moving. After my car, they were seeing that their dog is moving from the home. Out on the road, I glanced down at the pathetic little animal gasping on the seat by my side. I patted the head and Tricky made a brave effort to beg his tail. Poor old lad, I said, you haven't a cake in you, but I think I know a cure for you. Now in the car there were two persons, Mr. Harriot and Mr. Tricky. Now the writer was saying that when I was on the road, I looked, I stared, I glanced clearly and deeply on the Tricky, the sympathetic situation he was having, and he was gasping. He was taking the deep sound again and again by my side, means near my seat he was there. I patted her head, I patted on the head. I loved with my hand on his head, and Tricky was there and he was making the good effort to move his tail. He was showing that he is in happy mood. So at randomly I murmured ultimately that poor lad. Lad is called a small boy. So he is saying that he is sympathetic, a small boy. And he was there to say that you haven't a kick in you, but I think I know a cure for you. He is giving the suggestion to the Tricky that he is saying no need to be worried, no need to give the cake yourself. I am here to cure you fully at that moment. So that's all for today, children. Now we have stopped here up to the third page of the chapter A Triumph of Surgery. Tomorrow we will bring and I will be here to take the part 3 of this chapter. To understand more and to take care of the chapter in your mind, to be the explanation, to be the explained method in your mind, I hope that you will practice it, you will see it, and you will do the questions for practicing. Thank you for tomorrow. Bye-bye.